Hello everyone, myself Mrs. Anaga Singh. I am HOD of Mechanical Engineering Department at Pravin Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. My subject is Industrial Engineering and Quality Control. Here we will continue with chapter number 2, Process Engineering. Now let us see the planning of process from raw material to the finished product. Means converting raw material into finished product, what processes we are planning. Point number 1, part print analysis. 2, make or buy decision. 3, selection of basic manufacturing process. 4, determine the sequence of operation. 5th, combine the operations. 6, selection of machine tools and equipments. 7, inspection. 8, miscellaneous functions. 9, preparation of operation and route sheet. Part print analysis. Process planning takes the input from the design department in the form of drawing and other manufacturing specifications. These inputs are properly studied and the part list is made to determine the number of parts required in the final product. Second, make or buy decision. It is not feasible to manufacturer all the parts. It is not feasible to manufacture all the parts in the final assembly because some parts are cheaply available and some are difficult or require more time. So decision is to be made as to which part are to be manufactured and which are to be purchased from the outside, and the list is given to the purchasing department. Third, selection of basic manufacturing process. Once the decision to manufacture the part is made, then the next step is to determine which basic operation like casting, forging, etc. are to be performed on the product. The most suitable method from the various methods is selected by comparing the cost and other factors. Determine the sequence of operation. Once the manufacturing process is selected, then the sequence of operation is to be determined. Combine the operations. Process planning takes the input from the design department in the form of drawing and other manufacturing specifications. These inputs are properly studied and the part list is made to determine the number of parts required in the final product. 6. Selection of machine tools and equipments. Depending on the quantity of the product, quality, surface finish required, cost of product, type of material, etc., the machines and tools are selected. 7. Inspection. This step involves determining the stage of inspection, the tools and the gauges, make or buy decision required for inspection. Some of the inspection tools are required to be designed, issuing the orders to design it. Miscellaneous function. It involves other activities like labor requirement, setting time standards and estimating the cost of production. If the production cost is more than the expected cost, then certain revisions in the above steps are necessary. Preparation of the operation and route sheet. This sheet contains the steps to be followed during manufacturing. It lists the manufacturing operations in the decided sequence, tools, setup and operation time, along with the machines associated with the each operation. Factors affecting process planning. Production methods. The process by which the product is made influence the process planning. Because the process vary, the machines, tools, labors and even the schedule vary. Size and type of raw material. The size and type of raw material determines as to which basic method of manufacturing should be used. Example, component like connecting rods are produced by casting or forging. The speed of machining, type of fixtures used, the coolant used, cutting tool used vary from material to material and for different sizes of same material. Third, process capability. Process capability tells about the natural tolerance of the machine. The knowledge of process capability of the machines enables the process engineer to compare it with the design tolerances and thereby make the right selection. Quantity to be manufactured. Higher the quantity, more refined and more economical the process needs to be. Mass production generally demands special purpose machines and medium or job production requires general purpose machines. Fifth, delivery dates of the product. Longer delivery dates allows sufficient time for the process engineer to plan every aspect of the process in detail. For short delivery periods, the production schedule has to be expedited and many parts have to be ordered from the outside or overtime is required. 6. Surface finish and accuracy required. The surface finish required varies with the type of tool, machine and manufacturing processes selected. For smooth surface finish, super finishing operations are required. Closer tolerance requires new and precision machines like CNC machines and skilled operators. Design, deciding sequence of operations. A process engineer should have the knowledge of many types of manufacturing operations. Certain operations by their nature should be performed ahead of the others. Process planning consists of selection of material, machines, processes and equipments to add the desired features in the workpiece to obtain the final product at economical cost. Basic processes. The first step in deciding the manufacturing sequence of any part is the basic process. The basic process is the process from which the raw material is obtained. This basic process is first decided from the application of the final product. For example, forging, casting, etc. Principal processes. After the basic process is decided, the next step is to decide principal process. The principal process is the process which follows the basic process like machining. Principal processes. After basic process is decided, the next step is to decide principal process. The principal process is the process which follows the basic process like machining. The principal processes for one product can be basic process for the other product. In casting or forging the basic processes, then the manufacturing is the principal process. But if the basic processes is in the form of pig iron, then casting becomes the principal process. Example, extruding, rolling, drawing, machining, bending, forming, etc. The operations in above steps are referred to as a primary shaping operations. Major operations. Major operations are the operations within the principal processes that may be classified in the importance of their sequence. If cutting is a principal process, then the major operations can be turning, shaping, milling, broaching, etc. These secondary shaping operations are generally metal removal operations and should be performed in the reverse order of the accuracy required. The sequence of secondary operations amongst themselves is dictated by logic more than any specific rule. Example, threading should follow turning, reaming should follow drilling, grinding should follow milling, etc. First operations in the sequence should be one in which largest layer of the metal is removed because it relieves the workpiece of internal stresses, reveals the internal defects if any, or higher cutting forces can be used with more depth of cut. Then the roughing operations should be performed followed by the surface finishing operation. Auxiliary operation. Auxiliary operations are those which are necessary to ensure continuity and completion of major operations. They generally change the physical characteristics and appearance of the workpiece like heat treatment, welding, short pinning. Supporting operations. These operations are performed in last stage to define the successful completion of the product. Inspection should be properly introduced in between the roughing operations, before the material leaves for other department, before important operations, and after the last machining operation. For example, inspection, quality control, packaging and shipping. You can see here basic processes: forging, casting, principal processes, extruding, rolling, drawing, machining, forming. Major operations: turning, shaping, milling, broaching. Auxiliary operations: heat treatment, welding, short pinning. Supporting operations: inspection, quality control, packaging and shipping. Information required to determine the operation sequence. What information is required? List of machines available, list of tooling, capability of machines and equipment, plant layout, machine load chart, standard time data. After establishing the sequence of operation, it should be reviewed, as there is always some scope of improvement. Operation sheet. The operation sheet shows everything about the operations and indicates the operation description, their sequence, type of machinery, tools, setup, operation time. It is made in a tabular form. The operation sheet varies from product to product and company to company, but it is usually contains the following information: name of the job and its number, size and material of the job, description of the operation and their sequence, machines and tools used for performing the operations, and fifth, cutting parameters like cutting speed, feed and depth of cut. So here we can see a typical type of operation sheet, which consists of part name, part number, material, quantity, operation number, operation description, machine and tools used, cutting speed, feed in millimeter per minute, setup time, operation time and total time. So this is your operation sheet. Next, importance of operation sheet. What is the importance? The operation sheet gives the information that is very vital for the process engineer. It helps the supervisor to know which operation is being performed on the job. It helps the worker to clearly understand the drawing. It also gives the information about the time required for the operation. This can help the process engineer to schedule the similar jobs. The information like the availability of the machines can also be obtained from the operation sheet. As the operation sheet is one of the activity in the process plan, it helps to get a systematic process plan. Here, prepare an operation sheet to manufacture a spur gear from a blank of a size 27 by 65. So here you can see a drawing of a spur gear. Dimensions are also given. So here you can see the operation sheet. First is cut the blank for a length of 27 mm. Cutting machine means which machine is required? Cutting machine. Then which equipment is required? Hacksaw. Then feed is 20. Then depth of cut is 0.025. Likewise, clamp on the length, center length, 3 jaw chuck, facing operation to remove 1 mm stock, center length, HSS, right hand single point tool, depth of cut is 35. Turn the diameter to 60 mm, center length, HSS, right hand single point cutting tool, chamfering for 0.5 into 45 degree, center length, chamfering tool, reverse the job and facing for 1 mm length, center length, HSS, right hand single point tool, chamfering for 0.5 into 45 degree, center length, chamfering a tool, drilling hole of diameter 20 mm at the center length, equipment is a drill. So prepare an operation sheet and sequence of operation for the component. So for this component, we have prepared this type of operation sheet. Okay, so here one by one description of the operation you can see the machine used for performing that operation. Concept of line balancing. What is line balancing? Line balancing means balancing the production line or an assembly line. Balancing means all the machines on the line should have same amount of work. The basic objective of line balancing is to distribute the task evenly at every workstation so that the idle time of the man and machine is equally distributed. Line balancing aims at minimizing the idle time of a man and machine in line. Line balancing is a layout means arrangement of the machine capacity to secure relatively uniform flow at capacity operation. A perfect balancing from the critical point of view is obtained when the assignments provide no idle time. It also aims at grouping the work and workers in such a way so as to obtain the optimum balance of capacities on the assembly line. Before grouping the work, the job is broken into various elements. When elements are grouped, their total time is almost equal, which reduces the idle time on one or other machine. Operation times can be adjusted by redesigning the equipment, changing the machines, combining the operations, and applying the motion economy principles. Here you can study the example of line balancing. Another method of line balancing is to distribute the task evenly to all the machines. A line balancing problem can be solved by various methods like heuristic approach, line programming, linear programming, dynamic programming, and console method, that is computer method. Heuristic approach is generally used for problems which are more complex and the flow is intermittent. Linear or dynamic programming is generally used for continuous flow and production volume is high. Objectives of line balancing: to minimize the total amount of unassigned or idle time at workstation, to eliminate bottlenecks, ensuring the smoother flow of the production, to determine the optimal number of workstations and operations in each station, to maintain the morale of the workers since the work content of the different workers will not be of a great difference, to maximize the manpower utilization by minimizing the idle time of the operators, to minimize the intermediate stock or work in progress, zero inventory or just in time concept, to improve the quality and productivity of the assembled products, to reduce the waste of production and delay. The following assumptions are usually made in simple assembly line balancing. First, the element time of each element is known. Second, a precedence diagram is available. Third, all tasks must be processed. Fourth, the fixed and the various cost of each stations are the same. Fifth, the splitting of task among two or more stations is not permitted. 6. Any task can be processed at any workstation. 7. Station time is always less than the cycle time. 8. The assembly system is designed for a unique model of a single product. Then the following assumptions are usually made in a simple assembly line balancing. The element time of each element is known. A precedent diagram is available. All tasks must be processed. The fixed and the variable cost of each station are the same. The splitting of the task among two or more stations is not permitted. Any task can be processed at any workstation. Station time is always less than the cycle time. The assembly time is designed for a unique model of a single product. Thank you.